Hello again, everyone. Atak is here, my Atak Sportz for this Monday, September 19th, 2016. Alright, for you wrestling fans out there who watch this video and all my other videos, especially on the wrestling wall and pay-per-views, got a new shirt. Kevin Owens show. A couple weeks ago, they had a sale on WWEshop.com, Labor Day sale, 33% off t-shirts. This shirt was on pre-order, but this t-shirt counted on that sale, so I got it, and it looks awesome, don't it? I love the old school wall logo look on it. You see a KO on the back. I always get like colorful shirts from WWE, like New Day and Fans on Cast. I've gotten a few black colored t-shirts in the last couple of years, either as gifts or for myself. And I never get heel shirts. Rarely get a heel shirt, and there's a heel shirt, and it's awesome. I'm a KO fan. And I love this shirt. Love he's got a KO show shirt. So, before I get to wrestling, let's get to some of my other favorite sports. Starting with football. Yesterday was week 2 of NFL. Well, week 2 kicked off Thursday, but all the Sunday games were yesterday. Thursday night game was the Giants and no, not the Giants. The other big New York teams. The sucky ones. The Bills and the Jets. They won Thursday night's game with the Bills are okay, but they relied too much on long passes. There were some good long passes there, but Fitzpatrick carried them out with a 37-31 victory over Buffalo. Now Sunday. Starting with the same old Lions coming back. We thought the SOL would come out at the end of the game against the Colts. They blew another lead. But they got it in the end with the last-second field goal. Well, once again, like what happened in week 1, it almost happened the same way again. Different ending. Lions had the lead in the first half. Choked it in the second half. Penalties galore, whether it was on them or referees. Screwing him over again, especially holding back 2 touchdowns. And did not pull out a last-minute rally. As the suckiest team in the league. The Texans, not them, but the Titans, Tennessee Titans, beating the Lions by 2 lousy points. 1 point. 16-15, especially when Tennessee scored that last touchdown in the 4th quarter, giving them the lead with minutes left. Then Stafford threw an interception. It was over. Now, I only saw stats because I wasn't able to see the game. I was at Westview. And I'm able to stream games on Fox's app, but CBS won't let you stream the football games, so fuck them. Lions need to learn not to blow another lead in the half. This is the second week in a row, they blew the lead again. But let's not rely on a second half comeback. Keep the lead going. Don't score field goals and limit the... they were doing so well with not a lot of penalties, but damn did the penalties fuck them. And a lot of finger pointing. People blaming Stafford. Of course, the biggest target, the referees. Some bad calls against the Lions from what I've heard. So Lions are 1-1. The bad news and good news. The bad news is, after this loss, they have to face the Packers in Lambeau. The good news, Packers lost too. Packers lost their game against the Vikings in a tight one. For the first game on their new starting quarterback, Sam Bradford, Vikings did good, actually. They stomped over Green Bay. Some costly interceptions, especially the last interception at the end of the game that sealed the victory for the Vikings. It was a night for Tyrone Diggs. He had the most yardage and a touchdown. He definitely replaced Adrian Peterson, who had a rough night. Not only was he stuffed by the Packers defense, he tore his leg. Another valuable weapon lost of the Vikings. They already lost Bridgewater for the season, hence the last-second trade for Bradford, who, after only 2 weeks in the roster, is starting to work out the kinks. He had a little bit of a rough start, but he got off to a nice finish in his first game as a starter for the Vikings. But like I said now, Adrian Peterson got injured during the game. He tore his meniscus during last night's game, according to Mike Zimmer, who told a local radio station in Minnesota this past Monday. Of course, the first game in U.S. Bank Stadium, beautiful halftime show at the Prince. Zimmer told reporters that Peterson is currently going through the evaluation process to figure out what the next procedure will be and the options we will have. As torn knee ligaments go, this could qualify as relatively good news. At least it's a torn meniscus, not a torn ACL or any other viable knee part. When Peterson was carried up, he was lost. They thought he tore his ACL. He could possibly return. The timetable is unclear. We have no word on if Peterson will return for week 3. Of course, we'll find out soon enough. But even without Peterson, the team did well, beating the Packers in their home opener and opening game in a new stadium. Being the first time that the Vikings have beaten the Packers on an opening game for a new stadium. Every time they open up a new stadium, Packers have won every time. But now the Vikings can win. One for once. Other games, speaking of injuries, New England cannot afford an injury, especially in the quarterback positioning. With Tom Brady not back for another 2 games, Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt during their victory over the Miami Dolphins. His torn shoulder injury, despite a victory 31-24, will require him to be out of the Thursday night game against the Texans, leaving him helpless with just a rookie quarterback to carry him to the next 2 games before the return of Brady in Week 5 after his suspension from Deflate game. 2 years, goddamn, it needs to be done. Other significant games, Denver's 2-0, winning over the Colts 34-20. Indy's 0-2. Especially some big interceptions thrown by Mr. Luck, including one called by Talib for a touchdown. Falcons came back from their loss. They're 1-1, 35-28 over the Raiders. LA Rams, they're 2-0 despite a shitty game against the Seahawks. Cardinals destroy Tampa Bay 40-7. Dallas came back from their first game defeat, winning 27-23 over the Redskins, who are now 0-2. Kirk Cousins on the chopping block, according to the locker room. Giants won against the Saints 16-13. I think they were 2-0. Texans, they were 2-0 against Kansas City 19-12. Ravens beat the Browns 25-20. Wow, Cleveland blew another one. Now they're 0-2. All G3 could be out. And Carolina, coming from their loss against the Broncos, defeated San Francisco 46-27. The Monday night game will be enforced following the Eagles. And a certain team from a certain town starts with a C, ends in an O. A middle is a God. A team that is known as the Bears. The Bears. Now, with MMA, both Bellator and UFC had events on free television over the weekend. First, you had Bellator 161. Like the last Bellator card, the first 3 fights were decent. The main event sucked. In the lightweight division, you had Derek Campos against Jamir Chan in a decent, okay fight, with Campos looking good, some decent striking and takedown, leading to a unanimous decision victory. Then the most controversial decision tonight came in the flyweight division of women's, as Anastasia Yankova took on Vera Ortega. Anastasia came in as the unstoppable force in the women's flyweight division in Bellator. But then Vita, who was supposed to be the loser, she came aggressively in their very first round, giving the fight to Anastasia. Despite Vita's best efforts, it was a split decision victory for Anastasia. I think she should not have won. I liked her, but she didn't do enough to get the victory because I think better than enough. Because Bellator's had some shitty decisions. This ain't the shittiest decision ever in Bellator history. I can think of even worse decisions. Rafael Cabo, Idaho, shitty main event, bad decision, didn't do shit. Anyway, co-main event, we had the most dangerous man on the planet. That's not Mike Tyson, one of my favorites. Joe Warren, coming off a loss in the Middleweight division, came back Warren with a devastating submission in a minute. Big nasty choke on Sawan Kakai. Dominant victory for Joe Warren. wanted to go back for the Middleweight Championship now that the man he defeated for that championship is now the champ again, Eduardo Dantes. So there you go. Main event. Czech Congo, Tony Johnson. Main event. Boring fight, not to lose. These guys didn't do shit. Fight to lose fights are two guys that just bounce around each other, didn't do shit for 15 minutes. It was boring. It was a takedown fight. It was unexciting. Crowd booed it. They deserved it. Czech Congo won. Who fucking cares? To be unrated because the match was boring. At least UFC main event was more exciting. It was only a one-rounder, so it was exciting. It was a more exciting card overall. UFC's fight card. It's interesting. The Bellator was in Texas, Cedar Park, and then UFC was in Hidalgo, Texas, on Saturday. It kicked off Fast and Furious featherweight division. Josh Skelly against Maximo Blanco. I think it's like the fastest submission ever. 19 seconds in the very first round. Josh, big kick to the chest of Maximo, got him right down to the ground to the choke, and the fast victory. Very impressive. Then lightweight division. You had Islam Makhachev taking on Chris Wade. This one was okay. You know, it was more of a technical fight. You know, you had a lot of takedown, a lot of technical moves, a lot of submission attempts, with Islam getting the victory by unanimous decision. Then welterweight division, we have Yohan Carneiro against Kenny Robertson. This one was just okay too. It was a little bit more boring, and it got booed a lot in this fight because they didn't do anything much. It was a fight. This was the fight not to lose fight. They didn't do crap. They just ran around the ring for 50 minutes and they hit each other all but once in this boring ass fight. And the last of the no names. You know, because the last three involved veterans in UFC, at least names that are familiar to diehard UFC fans. Maybe some casual ones there. But with Juan Canelo winning by split decision, who cares? It was a boring fight. Then we have Evan Dunham taking on Wick Glenn, who was a last-minute replacement for Abel Trujillo. Lightweight division fight, even though it was kind of one-sided with Evan Dunham looking amazing. Wick Glenn being a last-minute replacement did pretty well in the fight. You know, he held his own. He had some good striking in there. You know, being his UFC debut, he held his own, but he knew he was just a replacement just to get drilled by Evan Dunham, who was going to have a more higher profile fight. Of course, the fight was changed within 2 weeks of the fight happening. So Evan won by unanimous decision. Got some nasty strikes, some nasty ground and pound. Great action. Probably one of my favorite fights on the card. Despite Dunham looking really more good than Glenn. Glenn held his own, but Dunham get the victory. Then the co-main event, and in the first round, both. Derek Brunson against Uriah Hall, middleweight division. Very excited. These dudes were brawling from the get-go. Big striking to a big takedown for Brunson. Big punch to Uriah Hall. Knocked him out. TKO in the very first round. Like I mentioned, another first round finish in our main event. Michael Johnson against Dustin Poirier. Lightweight division fight. Michael Johnson delivered a nasty knockout punch to Dustin Poirier, who was already cut with the nasty strikes from, like, Johnson came out early, like in the co-main. And got Dustin with a big hook, down, got the KO victory. Getting performance of the night honors. Well, the fight of the night bonus was given to my favorite fight of the night, Evan Dunham and Rick Glenn. So, there you go. Now, before we get to Wall, a little bit about TNA being up for sale. I used to be a big TNA guy. I used to watch it a lot, and it sucked the last couple of years. I've been watching, like the last year, I was like watching it. Especially, I was watching Ring of Honor, starting to watch Ring of Honor, and I was like, wow, Ring of Honor, New Japan too. I started to watch that at the same time. I was like, these two are more exciting than TNA. I was bored with TNA, and a lot of TNA guys that go to WWE, like Manic and Styles and Joe and Aries and Eric Young's next. So WWE may have said they bought TNA, but TNA's up for sale and WWE's considering it. And Sinclair, the company that owns Ring of Honor and owns most of the broadcasting rights, they are taking a bid too. Who I'd like to see, be interested to see Ring of Honor get it, because I would like Ring of Honor to get better TV time and a better channel that we can get instead of instead of having to watch it syndicated at 3 o'clock in the morning. But then WWE, so we can get TNA's video network on the network, and have to worry about WWE tiptoeing around people's histories, like Sting and all these guys say, hey, we're not going to acknowledge them in TNA, but guess what? We own them. Now we're going to acknowledge it. So we'll see who buys it. Or Billy Corgan wants to buy it. Yeah, you know what's bad when Billy Corgan's your president. Now on to my Raw preview. The final Raw before Clash of the Champions. With Raw ratings taking a hit after last week's OK Raw going up against the doubleheader of Monday Night Football's opening week. Raw needs to step up their game this week. They have some heavy artillery. A new division makes its debut. You know, a returning division makes its debut on Raw. Especially it's enough to thwart the game, which is the Eagles and Bears. Maybe a not so good game for some casual football fans. Because Raw needs to deliver tonight. Especially with this being the last one before the pay-per-view. The first Raw-branded pay-per-view after SmackDown's pay-per-view. Raw needs to have a good one. And it's building up to be a decent one. Top 4 questions. I couldn't think of a fifth. Top 4 questions that must be answered tonight on Raw. Question number 4. What will happen in match 6 of the best of 7 series? I think we know. It's kind of. I mean, we make fun of WWE for being predictable. And guess what? It is going to be predictable. Cesaro's making the rally. You know, he won the 4th match in the house show. He won last week. And he'll tie it up tonight. And the 7th match will be at Clash of the Champions. I said in my Raw review last week that I had predicted that either match 6 was going to be at Clash of Champions or the covenant match 7 would be at Clash of Champions. And guess what? It's looking like we're going to get match 7 at Clash of Champions if Sheamus loses tonight to Cesaro, which I'm thinking it's likely because the rally for Cesaro continues. So there you go. Question number 3 is, will there be any other matches made for Clash of Champions or Clash of the Champions tonight? With the return of Rusev, returning on Raw last week, there was a guarantee that all the Raw Championships will be on the line. We thought it was with Rusev's absent despite him being on the poster, but he will be involved. He'll likely be defending the title against Roman Reigns. It's not official yet, but it's looking like it. Especially if the Rusev got involved in the Reigns match last week, which led to his punishment, which I'll get to that in question number 2. Tag team titles up for grabs. Women's title, Charlotte against Sasha. Zayn and Jericho. We may get a Cruiserweight title match added tonight in a pre-show match. Cruiserweight better not be pre-show match. Better not be. And if Cesaro wins tonight, probably match 7 will be added to Clash of Champions. So we may get some more matches made tonight. Because remember when SmackDown had the last one before their pay-per-view, they added no matches. Hopefully Raw doesn't do that tonight. Doesn't add any matches at all before the pay-per-view. Question number 2. What will go down between Rusev and Rollins? They both got involved in the Owens-Reigns match last week. Fun main event. Inadvertently costing Reigns an opportunity to make the main event at Clash of Champions a triple threat, which I'm kind of glad. So both these two are getting punished by facing each other tonight during Raw. Will Owens and or Reigns get involved? I say likely. And now, question number 1. What will go down with the Cruiserweights? Yes, the Cruiserweights makes their Raw debut tonight. Of course, led by the Cruiserweight champion and a CWC winner, TJ Perkins, along with other Cruiserweights like Rich Swann, finalist Grand Metalik, Cedric Alexander, Lindsay Dorado, Noam Dar, and me, Brian Kendrick. Hopefully we get like Gargano and Ciampa and Jack Gallagher. I loved him. I'm hearing he might be involved. I hope they don't do like a 6-person tag. They need like individual matches to introduce these guys. Maybe one tag. One tag and a couple singles matches to introduce the Cruiserweights. Hope it's enough to get ratings up against football tonight on the last Raw before Clash of the Champions tonight at 8 on USA Network. That is it for my Atak Sportz. Stay tuned to this channel for my Raw review. With that in mind, y'all been attacked by the news, sports news from Zach. See you later.